Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, where we want to explore once again at the beginning of Chapter 4. Those with Archguys have been causing more and more problems lately. I never hear the end of it from the bracers these days, with how much is bogging down their workload. Wouldn't hurt for the CBD to try a little harder to keep them in line, don't you think? Maybe so, sorry sir. You know, it's the first division who's in charge of mafia stuff. If you want to whack on anyone, you should take it up with them. Can't say I'm jealous of how busy the bracer kit must be now. Okay, let's go to the hub, to the station fleet first. I'd kill to get my hands on an orbital camera right now. Why? To take pictures of trains, of course. Common folk like myself simply don't have the funds to buy one. I even applied to become a cameraman at the Crossbell news service once. Obviously, they had no interest in someone who only wanted to take shots of railways. The anniversary festival has already come and gone in Crossbell. But as far as I'm concerned, now is the perfect time for us to build our business. You there, don't you think so too? You're right, boss. Let's go appraise the merchandise right away. I received my packages fairly early today, amazingly enough. Alright, time to transport these bad boys. Is Kia not with you today? I wanted to play with her. Now that orbital vehicles are becoming more and more commonplace, our government should put some effort into maintaining our roads. Since Central Square produces a lot of pedestrian traffic, our budget should include measures to expand the road size. But where do you want to expand the road size? You cannot get space out of nowhere. Do you want to build down the bell or something? Toward the end of a tunnel to mines, there's a detour that'll take you to some old ruins. Legend goes, if you're there during a full moon, the sound of a beautiful bell will ring out through the area. No one knows anything about it except that it was built in the Middle Ages. And that is where we will go for our mine quest later. Our chef Brown and I have been close friends for about 40 years now. Even did our training together too. We do worry about the next generation though. In a perfect world, something would finally click in Saltair to get serious and work toward becoming a full-fledged chef he can be. But as over here now, I can't find a single thing that'll light a fire in that boy. Is something bothering Saltair? I mean, he came to me for advice on entries. And he never does that. He asked if I knew of any weird or exotic dishes out there. Makes me wonder what exactly he's planning to cook up. Saltair sometimes blurts out the strangest things. I honestly never know what to expect of him. How lovely. The front page article in today's Crossbell Times focused on the diet's budget proposal. You've got grown, educated men going red in the face from bellowing at one another like drunken hecklers. It's nothing new, but they make such fools of themselves that it's actually comical. Diet members locked in petty name-calling slenderfests, what a joke. The festival might be over and done with, but we've decided to extend our stay. After all, we haven't been able to see Michelin or Arc-en-Ciel yet. At the very least, I won't go home until I've gone to Michelin. And I've got to indulge myself with a perfect shopping spree too. I was just looking into Arc-en-Ciel. From what I heard, I should be able to find tickets for this month's show somewhere in the city. I recently gave Satiro an assignment to work on during his shift, but guess what? The buffoon has done nothing but chase girls since he clocked in. He needs to straighten up and get to training if he wants to become a chef here. I put Satiro in charge of coming up with some new dishes for the menu. After all, I can't retire in peace until he finally decides to grow up. Let me think. Traditional entries are usually focused around meat or seafood. But what if I scrap that entirely and use some rare ingredients as a base? Hey, don't interrupt my creative process. I'm trying to brainstorm what to put on our new menu. Wait, I forgot. I haven't talked with you, right? Hello there, you. Long time no see, Chief Roberts. You're from the Epstein Foundation, right? So, did you come to leave a new weapon for Tio again? Actually, I heard that the Special Support Check has gotten involved in something dangerous recently. I merely came here to ask Gerard about the rumors. That's all it was, really. I'm sorry, I did not mean to worry you. Can't lie, it got pretty crazy there for a bit, but it's all under control now. Yes, there's no need to worry, but that's settled in the past 2-3 weeks. Very well then, I'm glad to hear that. Tio, I have the latest model orbital stuff with me. Put it to good use, okay? LoH was right after all. Oh Tio, I heard you ran into some trouble with the Mafia after the anniversary festival. That was one of the last bit of news I received about you after that. So I was starting to grow a bit anxious. Well, you're alright now, so that's all that matters. Good luck on your CBD endeavors, Tio. Has anyone asked you if you've gained weight recently? I would never, of course, but your face is looking extra plump lately. You're like totally going to regret it if you don't get on that diet and exercise life. Oh my gosh, that is like totally horrible. I cannot believe you actually said that to my face. You know, I'm starting my diet today. Adios, please bless my stomach. We just received a large shipment of high-quality produce. What better chance to enrich your dining experience? Welcome to Time's department store. Did you know that the mayor himself likes to frequent our store? Huh. Maybe that's a little bit too pushy for a sales pitch? I heard the manager led projects for various industries in the past. He also has quite a reputation in financial and political spheres. Mayor McDowell praised me for my management skills a few days ago. This department store shares history with the area, so he wishes for it to continue being a part of the citizens' lives. Even through all your successes, you've stayed modest, Neston. Further, you always place the customer's needs above all else. I feel the same way as my grandfather, and I hope your business continues to prosper. You're too kind, Miss Ellie. I simply pray that this department store of mine continues to live up to everyone's expectations. I've been acquainted with Mayor McDowell for a while, but when I heard those words, I could feel myself getting a bit choked up. I pray that this department store of mine continues to live up to everyone's expectations. Oh, they released a new reference book. Let's take a look inside. Wow, this one looks great. Man, I really want this book. It's out of my budget though. I've been adjusting my inventory bit by bit. There's no better feeling than having just the right thing on hand to satisfy a customer's request. Mom's actually the one who handles the money at our house. So I guess the fact that we are not penniless in the street is proof that she does have some kind of budget. My husband gets paid tomorrow. I'm scoping of the area for anything interesting. I'm going to come back tomorrow and buy it all. Kids these days seem to be infatuated with shoes that have inflated soles. Their ability to absorb impact makes them well suited for long running sessions. Almost all the recent models the famous Striker Corporation has put out have inflated soles. I'm working as quickly as I can. I've been busting my hump lately. There's nothing else I can do if I want to catch up to Cynthia and Pearl. You got this, me? Yeah, I've got this. I gotta give it my all. I ended up wanting to get something for myself after I bought my wife this brooch. The old bag loves to make fun of me for coming here too often. She thinks I'm acting like a teenage girl. A rather well-looking customer came in a little while ago. He bought a bunch of jewelry for the girls he had accompanying him. I'm a bit ashamed to admit, but I was envious of how much money he had to throw around. Apparently, he won big at the casino. Accessorizing to accent your personal style can completely change the aesthetics of your clothes. You might be able to find just the right accessory to go with your new wardrobe over at Baker's Accessories. Advertising for your colleagues? I hear the diet's budget meeting is behind schedule, and that comes as a surprise to literally no one. Same story, different year. I'm sure we have nothing to worry about though. Get your very own balloon, that's right, balloons for one and all! How's that cheerful little girl not with you today? She's a regular beam of sunshine, she is. Better make sure that you play with her often, or she's liable to get all sulky. That service desk lady is so kind. If you bring her a broken orbital light or something, she fixes it right on the spot. I'm impressed. Who knew Crossbell had someone that amazing living here? I love orbital gadgets, but haven't the foggiest idea about how they're constructed. Wendy asked if she could work with customer service desk outside regular support hours. Now that I think about it, it is thanks to her we backed so many regulars. Maybe I'll think about it. My dad had to go on another business trip. Man, it was really convenient having him around to look after Pansy. I told my dad I was tired of him coming to spy on me at work, but then he left looking like he was about to cry. I didn't do anything wrong, so why do I have to feel so guilty? Hey, trust me, I'm a professional when it comes to hopscotch. Alright, you see where marker stone went, Momo? Go run and get it. Right, I'm on it. The werk is Henry, he's late. Whatever, he's the one who's missing out. Momo and I are gonna have a blast. Rio invited me to play with him and Henry. I'm so happy. Apparently, City Hall is like a war zone due to the Diet's ongoing budget meeting. It's like this every year, may never learn. Sounds like the Diet's budget meeting is as rough as ever. I'll be shocked if they come to a clean agreement. Sup everyone, who's the new face? Oh, this is Sergeant Major Seeker, she's from the Guardian Force. Nice to meet you. Friend actually told me quite a bit about this bakery. I think she mentioned that one of your bakers is a culinary genius. Apparently he was even featured in the Crossbell Times. Oh, that article? You got a spot in the Crossbell Times, that's awesome, man. Given how extraordinary his skills are, I cannot say I'm surprised. Oh no, honestly, I was a little reluctant to participate in the whole thing. I'm still just in training, you know? Didn't have much of a choice, well, Morgs kept pushing me to do it, since it would help bring in more sales. With all that to live up to, I was definitely feeling the pressure to nail this month's signature creation. You? Stressed? This really is a big deal. I have to try some for myself, and... Me, a genius? No way, man. Compared to Morgs, I still have a long way to go. I still got a ton of fundamentals I can learn from Bennett, too. With how much effort Bennett's been pouring into baking research recently, I've decided on a new way to select the monthly signature special. In short, the three of us will have a little sampling contest among ourselves and vote on which wowed us the most. A fair and practical method, wouldn't you say? I used to give a final say after sampling their new breads, but Oscar and Bennett are practically full-fledged bakers now. Voting on the best bread is probably the fairest option. Mom and Dad found out that I come to the bakery all the time. They're so strict, they forbade me from eating out anymore. Honestly, where's the harm in it? How could something this delicious be anything but oh so right? They told me they were going to take away my allowance if I kept disobeying their orders. Mom and Dad are so damn strict. The Crossbell Times recently featured our bakery in my newspaper. They thought it would be a good idea to interview Oscar rather than my dad or me. Why? What is this young prodigious pâtissier crap they're calling him? I never accept this. Hey Lloyd, you're friends with Sis, right? Yeah, I used to live in the same apartment complex back when we were kids. So you were out with her a lot, right? She went to work with some crazy bedhead this morning. I can't believe how much of a klutz she is. Yep, there's no way I'm going to become an engineer. She doesn't even put on makeup when she goes out either. What a disgrace. This is what it means to have a booming business. I've scored contracts with 3 new stores this month. And you know what the best part is? I didn't chase after them. They approached me. That's a sure sign of success. Ah, all this work to build up my reputation is finally starting to pay off. Sup, Mrs. Noyes? It's been a while. It's lovely to see you again. Sorry to barge in with a crowd every time I'm late. I don't mind at all. Things are more lively this way. It seems like you guys are hard at work again. What's this? I don't believe I've seen that girl before. Is she a new member of the SSS? My, but you are a lovely young lady. Lovely? I serve a Guardian Force and I'm cooperating with a special support section for now. You gotta chill out a bit, Noel. Sorry, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just a bit shocked because it was my first time anyone ever called me that. I'm detecting an unexpected weakness of Noel's. You really are a lovely girl. You said you work for the Guardian Force. No need to be so tense. You can relax here. Yes, ma'am. Noah Seeker now relaxing. That's the least relaxing I've ever seen. I guess she's still a little nervous. The ruins that lay in the middle of a mine's mountain path are the perfect subject to be photographed. I've traveled to a bunch of places ever since I started getting into landscape photography, and I think that's my favorite spot. Silence hung in the air, not a word could be heard on that dark, solemn ruin. Granted, I couldn't go in, but even the outside was a sight to behold. The ruins that lay in the middle of a mine's mountain were a truly hidden gem. I don't think I ever found a place so still and calm. Though I haven't actually gotten to take a look inside thanks to the Guardian Force setting up a barricade. The diet seems to be dragging on yet again. No surprises there, it's the same when my husband was a member of a diet. They do nothing but cause problems. They got nothing but self-centered intentions. I'm absolutely positive that my husband's negative traits are all thanks to his career. My wife wants me to stop messing around with our house's interior. But you know what? She's lazy, so I've been doing it in her stead. She's a selfish gal. Ha, not only is she selfish, but she's also unkept. Finished the building by the mayoral election. Are my ears deceiving me? Is my client mad? Oh sure, it would be great for it to be done by then, but the election is only 4 months away. That schedule is already impossible. They're gonna give us fools a piece of my mind. My husband has been getting a lot of work requests lately. Even organizing all the documents has become difficult. Time to hire a professional secretary, huh? Some kids have been visiting the tenant on the 3rd floor as of late. I've never met the person actually living there, but I run into the kid once in a while. She was some pretty looking girl wearing a cap. I'd wager she is 13 or 14 years old. Now that I think about it, I feel like I've seen her somewhere before. Well, whatever. A simple caretaker shouldn't be prying into the tenants' lives. That would be Sully. Mr. Grimwood is hard at work today too. The schedule says he has appointments with 5 businesses in the city and... Mr. Grimwood, please get ready. You need to leave soon or you'll be late. I know, Pete. At least let me finish up these documents before heading out. I'm sorry, Eva. Mr. Grimwood is about to leave for some meetings. If it's not an emergency, would you mind coming by later this evening? Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, sir. It's been a while. You look like you're in a rush. Do you have an appointment somewhere today? Indeed. The more trouble the Mafia stirs up, the more I find on my plate. The Mafia? As in the Vash? Yes, I've been making bolder and harsher moves these days. Property speculation, forcibly employing bouncers at the entertainment district. One such circumstance ended up with an assault on a civilian, causing the poor man to be sent to St. Ursula. Tch. In other words, the guys over in Rivage are professional extortionists. That's certainly true, but something about how this is unfolding is odd. Are you patrolling the city by chance? If so, I would appreciate if you kept an extra close eye out for me. The Brace has already taken care of most of these cases, but it couldn't hurt to be much more vigilant around here. No problem, you can count on us, sir. There really are a lot of people relying on the special support section. Today I'm going to meet the company's president with a threat letter delivered to his door. After that I'll be running around to a few other meetings, so I won't be back until sometime in the evening, I'd say. Poor Mr. Grimwood. We better keep our eyes peeled like we said. Hopefully we'll make his lives a little easier. Some new goods arrived today. I'll have to handle them more carefully when I put them on display. They're a bit pricey. Hey there, welcome to Tully's General Store. I've been listening in on the gossip lately, and there have been some nasty rumors going around about the Rivage. I hear they're stirring up trouble here in town again. Momo's still so young. I'll need to keep a close eye on her to keep her safe. I got told to help with chores today. Guess I won't get out and play anytime soon. I hope you're okay with waiting around. He always goes off the rails whenever you take your eyes off him. I'd be able to finish these chores early if Anwe'd give me a hand. I just remembered our neighbor, Mr. Hayworth, said he started working again recently. I ran into him the other day and he just looked so much happier than before. It's almost as if I could feel the love bursting out of him. I bet Sophia must be pretty happy to have such a nice husband. I can only hope I find a perfect man like that soon. It looks like Anwi was able to get a perfect score on his Sunday school test again. I'm proud, of course, but he needs to learn that there's more to life than studying. I'm sure he would learn even more if he talked with his friends in class. Scoring well on tests is important, yes, but the most vital part of learning comes from having your friends to share that experience with you. At least that's what I believe. I managed to worm my way into some party sponsored by the Republican faction once. They were talking all about their plans to cause a huge scene for the diet meeting, screaming, tantrums, you name it, right out in the open. Man, the world of politics can be pretty ruthless, huh? I've gotten pretty good at slinking my way into some fancy soirees these days. Not going to lie, the political world can get pretty scary when you get into the thick of it. I'm helping Mama out today. Did you know I'm going to become a trader like Papa someday? It's good to see you again, everyone. It's been quite some time now. Likewise, Mom. Has your husband gone back to work, Mrs. Hayworth? Yes, actually, I was a little puzzled when he told me he needs a break. Well, I suppose we've gone through a lot. I think he wanted to refresh his mindset before he returned to work. And thanks to that, business has been going well. Work has been productive as of late. It's not as if every industry is doing well, but working with my husband is joyous. Having spilled my heart out to you may have helped me move on a little. My husband has gone to America for the day. Please send him my regards if you run into him. The mayoral election only occurs once every 5 years. We better choose our candidates carefully. Whoever is elected will run Crossbell for the next half-decade. I hope the Diet's budget session actually moves along this time. We're always stuck in a stalemate. Will Mayor McDowell run for re-election? A man by the name of Bond lives in the mansion over there. I think he works in securities. Man, I heard he made some kind of big mistake after the anniversary festival. He was awfully depressed about it for a while. Sunita is about the same age as Hayworth's son Colin. There's always a veritable feast of things for us to chat about. A weekly cooking class is being held tomorrow. I can't wait to catch up with all the girls. Sophia's holding a cooking class at her house tomorrow. I wish her to engage in a bit of gossip time with the girls. What has happened to Father? It's nothing. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Ordering a catalog was definitely the way to go. Just get a look at this bad boy. Ain't it the sleekest car you've ever seen? As a man working the stock market, I've always wanted to get my hands on a normal car. Man, what should I do with these fat stacks of cash? Maybe a throwdown for a brand spanking new orbital car. Are you alright, Bond? That doesn't sound like you. Huh? Pardon me, Lady Ellie, what is it, Joanna? Don't hesitate to call me if there's anything you're ever struggling with. Much like the past, I shall protect you, whether it be sleeping in the same bed or guiding you to the restroom at night. I'm so sorry, Ellie. I didn't mean to put you through this humiliation. That's enough already. I was only a child when this happened. So Joanna was a caretaker then? Gotta admit, Ellie's pretty cute right now. Lady Ellie, please don't feel the need to push yourself if you're nervous or afraid. I was trying my hardest to hide it. How was she able to figure it out? Ah, Lady Ellie, your complexion seems almost ghastly today. Excuse me, I assure you that's patently false. Please don't say such strange things, Helmer. I apologize for my impertinence, my lady. However, if one were to consider your weaknesses, only a few things come to mind. For example, I seem to recall you being exceptionally terrified of a mere mention of ghosts since you were a child. Wait, so Mademoiselle isn't perfect? Color me surprised. I apologize, Ellie. My request has made you uncomfortable. Please, it's not like I'm bad with ghosts. You don't need to worry about me, Noel. The Diet's budget meeting is to be extended, resulting in the Master continuing to work overtime. But what I fear the most is not the political implications for Master Henry's health and well-being. Especially with a mayoral election approaching next month. I agree. I hope he doesn't strain himself too hard. Damn, he's all cold. Is this kid the informant friend talked about? Yeah, it's hard to believe. It looks like we caught him at a bad time, though. Jonah's a night owl, after all. If you wanted, I could hack his entire system while he's asleep. You could? Wait, Theo, hacking isn't good. It's not like hacking is a crime yet, and I do not do it very often. Fair enough. Still, only do it when it's necessary, alright? Kitty, I'll never forgive you. Sven is still toying with him. Hey there, wanna play? You won't find better service than here at Baka Casino. We've been getting a guest that hits up the VIP room pretty often these days. He's been putting down some serious big bets. He managed to clean out Galletti with a straight flush yesterday. Everybody was freaking out over it. You're kidding? There's somebody who showboats as hard as I do? Oh hell no, I'm gonna challenge him to a duel. Stop making a scene, Randy. It seems like the rumors about Randy being some hotshot gambler might actually be true. You know, it's kind of unbelievable just how much that guy's been winning lately. He's using all that mirror he's swimming in now to party it up. Expensive, but if you really want to gamble for food, you can do that. Ah, that guy destroyed me. Don't mind me, it's nothing. So what do you say? Would you like to give a roulette a spin? In the end, gambling comes down to a matter of luck. Even I manage to lose at times. Damn it, have my skills really fallen that far? Oh, pardon me, I'm rambling to myself. I haven't suffered a loss this great in a long, long time. So, big shot gambler. I've returned to Crossbell for the first time in a while, and I believe I've stumbled upon something most interesting. Is this house not on a losing streak? Who might this formidable opponent be? This is only what I've heard, but there's supposedly a gambler here that keeps pulling off impressive victories. I'll admit I'm interested in seeing it for myself. Weren't you leaving Crossbell like 2 weeks ago? Word on the street is that Ravage has been behaving suspiciously. You kids better be careful out there. Don't get involved with them. They won't let detectives like you off lightly. I heard a rumor about some dispute between mafias happening. Be careful out there, lads and lasses. Try not to get caught up in their mess. What's up, Drake? I'm back to blow off some steam. You again, Randy? Sheesh. Shoo, we don't need you around here. Since you haven't been coming in as often lately, our profits have actually... Something the matter? No, it's nothing important. Anyway, if you insist on playing, just make sure you don't go overboard. Those who gamble are destined to one day suffer the consequences. I don't mind if you come around here, Randy. Just don't get carried away with chasing after Lady Luck. Those who gamble are destined to one day suffer the consequences. Yeah, spare me the lecture. Damn, Drake definitely seems a little on edge right now. Huh. You guys hear about this yet? Some guy's been winning a ton of money at the casino. I don't have a clue who he is, but damn, he's good. It's near impossible to win as much as he has, but the madman pulled it off anyway. What's with all the incidents in the entertainment district these days? Maybe this place is getting a lot more terrific with the economy booming as it is. We'd better up the patrols. Even though the anniversary festival is over, the business hasn't slowed down one bit. I couldn't be more thankful for that. Hi everyone! You sure look like you could use a generous helping of ice cream. And I could use a generous helping of mirror. How about it? Ice cream, get your ice cream! Did you hear? The Golden Sun Silver Moon photo collection is going on sale today. I heard it's supposed to feature photos from the most show-stopping moments along with all kinds of other scenes. I gotta go. Need to go to Time's department store and buy it right now. It makes sense that Lady Ilya is nothing short of perfection, but Risha is pretty amazing too. I bet if they released a solo collection only featuring Risha, it would still sell out crazy fast. I know I would want one. Isn't it about time they started selling Risha's photo collections? I've been waiting for this day for so long. Welcome everyone, thank you for coming. Ilya and Risha are currently occupied. And we can't enter. Okay, good enough. Our newly built online reservation system has finally launched and can be accessed via the Orbital network. It's only a matter of time until use of the orbital network becomes commonplace. Transitioning to a new technology will be challenging, but we want to stay ahead of a curve if we can help it. Okay, the hotel is preparing for the future. Online reservations. One of our patrons has been booking a deluxe seat for multiple days now. We give our most generous customers the finest treatments in the city. Please make sure you walk through the hallway quietly. It appears to be locked. The patrons staying on the top floor can be rather loud, so as you can imagine, we've been receiving noise complaints. However, each patron is valuable to us, so it's important we be fair in helping settle the grievances. From whom? There's no one else here. Oh well. Many of our patrons book a room with the intention to play at the casino. The occasional customer will return with a beautiful hostess. I must say I'm quite an... I believe I hear the phone ring. Do pardon me while I take this call. A lot of people been sticking around still, even though the festival ended a month ago. Gotta tell you, man, I'm moved to tears. It's almost like they want me to reel them in. You wouldn't believe how many of the people that came for the anniversary festival are still sticking around Crossbell. I'm sure stoked about it. In fact, I'm inviting them all over for a special deal. A customer requested me by name today. Isn't that great? Are you jealous? Are you? I bet you are. Apparently, we get a lot of reservations coming in during the diet session. Lucky for me. This is the first time a customer requested me by name for a reservation. I'm so happy. Alrighty, I'm gonna keep working as hard as I can until the reservation time. Ah, hey you, mister. You over there. I got some real exciting news for you. We started a brand new promotion, a 2-hour session for just 1,000 mirror. How about it, my man? Come on in and try it out for yourself. You won't regret it. I've been hearing some talk about this weird urban legend lately. Oh well, it's not like urban legends are out of the ordinary in this city. Time to get ready to open up shop. Urban legend? What was a pretty random thing to bring up? I don't know any particularly important information myself. I simply hear the occasional rumor drift up from Crossbell's underworld, that's all. Oh. So far I found you rather well informed. Long time no see, Detective Dudley. Oh. It's you troublemakers again. Don't get in the way of our investigation. Oh, he's definitely giving off that don't talk to me, I'm pissed kind of vibe. We might have caused even more problems for him by interfering with the auction. Trust me, 4 of meddling in this quite enough. Do us all a favor and try to keep the grandstanding to a minimum. The first division is in the middle of an extremely important case. You kids in the SSS have no business being anywhere near it, got it? Since I don't know what it is, I can't consciously stay away from it. But I can also not look it out, so... A few of our recent patrons have been splurging like crazy. I mean, they were so generous with their money, they were throwing mirror in the air. Been lots of guys like that lately. We've been having a bunch of posh-looking guests come in lately. They may be generous, but they're ultra stuck-up and hard to deal with. With Varshenko. They've recovered since our scuffle, huh? They've been behaving themselves after the incident with Kia. Unfortunately, it looks like business is back to usual after we bargained for that deal. A lot has happened this last month. Let's just avoid them for now. I had heard rumors, but Lloyd and the others must really have it rough. Imelda is operating some sort of terminal under the counter. Click, 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 click. The specifications of the latest model airships and CGF armored cars. How lovely. Bless my dear informant, he procures me quite the most delightful bits of information. Just who is this lady? Those details are supposed to be confidential as of now. She's one of our more well-informed acquaintances, you could say. Jonah certainly has no restraint when it comes to pawning off information. Surely there wasn't an accident, was there? Is it just me, or has the city been getting more dangerous? There's a good amount of traffic in this area during the morning and evening. My guess is it's because of a diet session going on right now. Too bad neither members of the diet nor the press stop by my shop all that often. I already miss the anniversary festival crowds. I don't really understand all these politicians in quite the same way. Man, I'm bored. I'm worried about how the budget meeting is progressing, but I can't do anything about it. Ah, hey Lloyd. Gotta tell you something. I think I'm going to take the detective exam for real this time. Nice, friends. You really made up your mind? Yeah, though I still feel unprepared to tell the truth. My practical skills aren't bad, but written exams aren't really my strong suit. I'm thinking I at least might get a grasp of what I should study if I go through the exam run-through. Only problem is they've strengthened patrols lately, which has been sucking up my free time. What's with the chain of incidents recently? Patrols around the city have recently been increasing under the section chief's orders. More and more of my study time is being eaten up. Well, that is quite a treat. I got to enjoy a nice meal and a nice chat with Anton. Thank you for your help, everyone. Poor Anton. I don't think she realizes she broke the heart of a man madly in love with her. I wonder how Anton's doing. Has he gone home already? I feel kinda bad for him. He took me out to such a nice meal that I completely forgot to thank him. A friend came back to work on time, which I can't help but feel a little disappointed by. Honestly, I would have been fine with her staying out another hour if it meant she'd found some chemistry with a tourist. Whatever they were saying, if you hadn't done the quest. Man, what a pain in the ass. Oh, it's you guys. You sure look bright-eyed and raring to go. I must admit, I envy you at times, SSS. What's the matter, Inspector Donovan? Nothing serious. I'm just a bit ticked that the 1st Division jacked our case from us. I was going to investigate the raid led by the LoH guys, but the 1st Division took full control of the case without even running it by us, jackasses. Yeah, we had that before, hadn't we? The Mafia has been getting out of hand. More and more citizens are getting caught up in their crimes. The 1st Division is at wit's end too. They're even giving special missions to the Metropolitan Division now. The 1st Division snatched the LoH case right out from under us this morning. Not only that, but they made us hand over all the information we had regarding the investigation. Damn it, I'm so pissed off. Why even bother when you just keep getting screwed over and over again? Yeah, we know how it feels. Grace is currently trying to gather information on the diet. I wonder if she'll be okay on her own. I hope she doesn't try sneaking into the diet without her permission. The editor-in-chief ordered me to accompany Grace to prevent her from going too crazy. She usually ends up abandoning me so she can sprint off directly to the source to get her information. You found Crossbell City Hall's reception. How may I help you? Ah, so you've returned. That's a relief. I thought you might have been another person to complain. You're receiving complaints. What about? Well, the diet's budget session is supposed to be wrapped up, but we're neck-deep in arguing, as they are every single year, so they still haven't reached a consensus. The meeting has been extended for several days as a result of their actions. No matter how many years go by, the diet never seems to change. They've extended the diet meeting yet again, so the new budget will be delayed as a result. I feel bad for the citizens of Crossbell. Ultimately, they're the ones that suffer the consequences for all this mudslinging and posturing. No reason to go inside. Like always. If you're looking for Mayor McDowell, he's currently attending the diet meeting. Things got pretty heated yesterday, so they weren't able to decide on the budget. Poor Mayor McDowell. Thanks, Lord. As you might imagine, we're far too understaffed to have handled this task on our own. I'll be sure to contact you if you need anything else. Kia's an impressive little girl. She's been tearing through her books like they're nothing. Yeah, I think she's grown to love reading. Haha, fantastic! A new member has been inducted into the Legion of Bibliophiles. Bring her next time you come to check out books. I'll be sure to have the best of the best ready for you. Kia would be elated to hear that. Kia's an impressive little girl. Who knows, maybe she'll follow my footsteps and become a librarian. We'll see about that. Uncle has fallen absolutely head over heels for her. I've decided to abandon writing my thesis. I'm going to settle down and redirect my effort wholly into research. There's a vast, unexplored sea of information waiting for me to discover. Alright, if you think that's for the best. I'm placing new books on the shelves. The author's works are all the rage right now, so I'm sure our visitors will be delighted. I'd suggest getting a copy now if you're planning on reading it. Hey, where's Kia? I want to see her. Sorry, little guy. She isn't with us today. You'll be sure to bring her with us next time, okay? Okay, I can't wait to see her again. Tell her I said hi, okay? Abby kept asking me to read him stories about police officers ever since the anniversary festival ended. I think he's completely enamored with their uniforms. Isn't that nice? That Gracelyn. Off she goes, writing yet another controversial article. Diet members have been bombarding us with complaints non-stop because of her. Oh, Grace. Would it kill her to write something a little less contentious every once in a while? We've been sniffing out news of a bunch of skirmishes involving the mafia taking place around the city. Give me a break. Are they in the middle of some petty dispute again? Damn it. They need to get over themselves. Speaker Hartman always seems so poised and composed, never a hair out of place and never showing any sign of weakness. But that's just what you see from afar. The media can't seem to get even a peep out of him. Rumor has it he's gunning for Mayor McDowell's seat in the next election, and it's got practically everyone wondering just how that would go. Speaker Hartman prefers to focus on directing his lackeys rather than ever engaging with the media. but really shouldn't be kept in the dark. The citizens of Crossbell deserve to know what's going on in the diet. I've been wanting to experiment with new flavors, so I tried to emulate LoH stir fry, but I've learned my lesson. There's no shortcut on the path of a noodle. You guys can have a recipe though, if you want. LoH Tunman. My customers have been in an oddly good mood lately. Something about their company's work progressing smoothly. Apparently it's rewarding to see. Well, whatever boils their noodles, I never understand it though. Just how exactly sitting at a desk all day writing up paperwork is supposed to be fun? Well, whatever boils their noodles, I never understand it. Many businesses have been really thriving since the anniversary festival. So now there's a whole ton of people trying to take advantage of that wave to expand their businesses further. Looks like my workload is going to see quite an expansion as well. Crossbell continues to grow and prosper more and more by the day. Unfortunately for me, that means my workload just gonna keep growing and growing too. My body's alive and kicking. I don't need to take no stinking medicine. Give me a fishing rod paired with a quiet spot and I'm good to go. This is how I decided to spend my remaining years. Hey Grandpa, I brought you your medicine. Will you please take it for me? You need to listen to what the doctor tells you, okay? Mr. Croix went out of his way to greet us now that he's back in Crossbell. Who was that young man, though? Must have been an acquaintance of his, I guess. Probably has something to do with these strange rumors floating around. At first glance, you'd think the guy just some playboy, but I guess he's acquainted with Mr. Croix. Haha, more profit! I've wiped out all of the losses I accumulated during the anniversary festival. Haha, easy money, I love investments. If you're here to talk investments, you've come to the expert. I've been perfectly predicting the market non-stop since the festival ended. Yeah, on the festival you were frustrated that you were making tons of losses due to the volatile market. You know, the Rainford company actually operates a division of their sales department inside of its building. We've been getting requests from their competitors, the Vern company, to open up a branch here too. Not sure how well that could go. I've heard the two butt heads every chance they get, so lumping them together might just stoke the flames. Not sure if it's because of the anniversary festival or what, but there's been talk of expanding the business. I wonder just how true it is. Oh, Miss McDowell, it's good to see you here. Mr. Croix will be returning from his lengthy business trip today. In fact, he should be arriving any minute now. I think that it's his car outside. I wonder what Mr. Croix could be up to. He told us that there would be a meeting this evening. Wizard has been having an incredibly lucky streak with his investments. He even managed to score big on some of them this morning. It's honestly really impressive. I think it's been going on for 2 whole weeks now. If I was him, I'd quit while I'm still ahead. You never know when things might totally tank. Crossbell's safety rating has rapidly deteriorated over the past couple of weeks. According to our analysis, it's fallen down to a C-. Citizens should be especially cautious of dark alleyways. That's where much of a danger lurks in the city. Our security department grades the level of safety for major cities across the continent. It's a necessary metric to keep track of to ensure Mr. Croix's safety whenever he travels abroad. The Orbital Network's operation appears to remain stable thus far. It won't be much longer until we can proceed to the second stage of the project. Alright, you just wait and see. We'll make this plan a success. We have to do everything we can to surpass Lady Mariabelle's expectations. We briefed Lady Mariabelle on a test plan for the second stage, and she seemed to really like them. All those long nights and hard labor were worth it in the end. Alright, I'm going to do everything I can to gather data. The plan for the second stage is to expand our user base, thus increasing the number of terminals linked to the grid. That's why we're in the process of developing a new system that can handle the heavier load. There's nothing else we can do now that we've come this far. Okay. Don't touch it, Mariabelle would get angry. You bring up quite a fascinating point. Well, it's exactly as you say. My, who would have thought I'd meet such a colorful character as yourself here in Crossbell? Right back at you, old man. I mean, look at you. You weren't satisfied with being a banker your whole life, so you shot for the stars. I should follow in your footsteps. Isn't that Mr. Croiss's limousine? I seem to be engaged in some kind of conversation in them. Here? Lecter. Well, I might have gotten just a little impatient then, but it actually paid off later on, you see? You truly are unique. I'd be remiss to let someone of your talent slip away from me. Allow me to be frank. How would you like to come work for me? Huh? Working under the IBC CEO, huh? What would my hourly wage be? And I see you have a sense of humor too. Excellent. What the hell is this guy's deal? I can't believe he already worked himself into Uncle Dieter's good graces. I'm kinda at a loss for words. How am I supposed to react to this? This man? Just... who is he? Yeah, that's Lecter. If you threw in overtime and hazard pay, you'd be driving a hard bargain. Is that all that can be arranged quite easily? Ah, that's the IBC CEO, but who's a tourist in a red getup? They make a strange pair. I wouldn't think too hard about it. Yeah, that's Lecter Arundel. Captain of Imperial Intelligence Division. But we don't know that. You know, I actually had a part-time job during the Anniversary Festival. Maybe I should have stuck with it. I've been a little bored these days, so having a job might not be so bad. Something to do at least. But like, would I be doing it because I want to or just because I feel like I have to? I don't know. Market conditions should be improving in about a year's time, according to the Crossbell Times. The markets were to improve and my husband's salary would also improve. And that would mean I'd be able to buy some expensive brand name clothes. I'm excited over the thought of my husband's paycheck fattening up a bit. Once that happens, I'll be able to splurge on some expensive brand name clothes. Hey Roy, listen to this. I saw this huge doggy earlier today. I had white fur and it was this big. Oh yeah? That's great. Roy keeps getting out. He's not even listening to me at all. He's gone. Okay. Hugo got Sunday school over at the cathedral today. I got worried when I leave him home alone, so I warmly welcome the help. Okay. Oh, if it isn't Noel. Hey, Mom! Everything alright between you two? I was picturing a bit more of a heartfelt mother-daughter reunion here. Oh well, yeah, we're fine. It's just, we see each other so often there's no need to really bust out the waterworks every time. You all seem like a very tight-knit family. I'm sure that must make you happy, Mrs. Seeker. I suppose you could say that. Now, Noel, you really need to keep in contact more regularly, do you hear me? Not a moment goes by that friend I don't worry about you. You know how much we love you, right? Okay, I get it, Mom. No need to embarrass me in front of everyone else. Suspicions confirmed. As strong-willed as she is, not even Noel is immune to a bit of familial coddling. Noel Seeker, you better start contacting me more often. Am I understood? You don't have to keep repeating it, Mom. I already understood you the first time. Sheesh. Ah, fantastic. The anniversary festival photos I made to my family have finally reached them. My children called me up to give me a giant thank you. I haven't talked to them in such a long time. I can't help but feel terribly homesick just hearing their little voices. No, I have to snap out of it. Now's not the time to feel that way. I just have to bear the fact that I'm working away from home. Did you guys hear about those guys in black suits trying to take over the area the other day? They were trying to get us to pay them protection money. They said if we didn't pay up, there'd be consequences. So, they were members of Crossbell's mafia? I heard the rumors, but dang, they were even scarier than I expected in person. I heard about how there's a mafia in Crossbell, but I didn't expect that I'd come face to face with them. It was terrifying. I want to remind everyone that there's a bracer guild up here. They're getting bold. I can't believe Dins got attacked yesterday. He even got sent to the hospital. I'm so mad. But I'm not exactly in a position where I can do something about it. If I had a bit more muscle on these arms, I'd be getting paid a visit by the CEO of Knuckle Sandwiches. Damn those LoH goons. They drove into town with an orbital transport truck yesterday. And do you know what happened next? They took over the marketplace and demand we pay them protection money. Luckily, the bracers managed to drive them away, but I'm still fuming from it all. How barbaric does LoH have to be to think they could just prance Indian step all over everything we cultivated for generations? What a bunch of utter fools. Man, Scrivash, those jackasses are way too violent. Rough me up all you want, but I won't let you off easy if you cause problems for my customers. I'm not going to let those jackasses over in Mirage get off the hook so easily. I heard that Arius McLean is heading out on a long business trip. I'm a little worried that criminals might get a big cat with him gone. I wish he'd stay in Crossbell as much as possible. I swear those ruffians from Mirage show their faces around here. Some Carvadian mafia has been creeping their way into Crossbell lately, and you know what? I kinda like them better than Mirage. Well, I suppose there isn't anything good about either of them. At the end of the day, a mafia is still a mafia. Anyway, what's with all the dangerous stuff happening around here lately? You guys better watch each other's back out in the street, you got it? They've been increasing the number of round trips our truck drivers need to do per day. I make 4 whole trips to the Republic daily. Even with a truck, it's still a huge pain. Well, I did get a raise, so I can't complain too much, I guess. Alright, it's perfect. We finally decided on a name for our store and what wares we'll be selling. We've also decided on a president. Are you ready? We're calling it Pack and Roost Company and we're dealing in sundries. As of tomorrow, we'll be starting our new lives as merchants. We managed to meet your Business Owners Association's chairman in a sheer stroke of luck as he passed by here. We got him to introduce us to some suppliers. It's good to know that Adius has not abandoned those who believe in her. It's already been 4 months since I started helping here. Between waiting tables, washing dishes and making the vets, I just love making everything sparkle. Cause you know, a happy customer means a happy Shanshan. I'm meeting up with a chairman of a business owners association tomorrow. It's gonna be huge. I'm way too excited to sleep tonight. Welcome to our humble little inn. The anniversary festival's over, so we're back to serving our regulars. Which is kind of a shame if you ask me. I'd like to find a way for us to really rake in cash. I'm a bit of a merchant myself, so it just feels like wasted potential for this place not to try for a bigger profit. Wish Crossbell had another big festival. That way we have a ton of customers flooding in again. I don't want this store to please customers. I'm not really doing it for the money either. As long as we have a modest amount of both, it's fine. We're not exactly a popular establishment anyway. Running a modest business is fine with me. I like it better when it's quiet anyway. That's a weird attitude for a business owner, but okay. It's been some time since I last experienced the miserable pain of a romantic rejection. I fear my heart will shatter to pieces for good this time. Hey Ricky, what should I have done differently? Is there even anything I could have done? I feel a little bad for him, but I think we should give him some space. Going down the path of a poet? That doesn't sound too bad actually. I lost all my motivation since I got here, but maybe I'll give it another shot. Cheer up, buddy. If you really think it suits you, then why don't you give this whole poet deal another shot? Who knows? You might even be able to write a great tragic love poem. You've got plenty of first-hand experience at least. Very helpful, Ricky. Oh, a U material is a failure, yeah? Cat food and bowl noodles. I talked with you. Look at my husband. He can't tear his eyes away from the newspaper, can he? No matter where he always gets like this while the diet is in session. If you don't want to be forced into listening to a constant barrage of political complaints, it's best not to get too close to him. My husband always gets like this every single year, just like clockwork. To no one's surprise, the diet's meeting has been delayed yet again. The longer we delay it, the longer it'll take for the budget to get enforced. So this is how step-on fools want to play it. At this rate, the repercussions of their bickering will fall on the citizens' backs. While I figured Speaker Hartman wouldn't be willing to bend. In that case, I presume the diet's going to drag on even longer. Big news, Lloyd! This morning, Joachim fought hard and managed to catch the biggest, most impressive noble carp I've ever seen. His achievement has earned him the rank of Master Fisher. He sure got up to me quite quick, huh? It seems the doctor has been up to his usual habits. Haha, I have to let Cecile know later. Joachim has been promoted to Master Fisher. I think I might have to start calling Master Joachim from now on, huh? Well, it isn't the kiddos from the SSS. Been a while since I've seen you, dears. I'm sorry to say, we still don't have any new intel on Kia, unfortunately. Not even the guild's powerful networks of information was able to produce results. Right? I figured we'd have found at least a morsel of info by now, but all I've gotten is total silence. Well, it may be just as well. Kia's fitting in just fine with us as the SSS. And whether we put our energy into giving her a chance to live a normal life and to pry into her past. True, I suppose that's an option too. Either way, We'll still keep our ears to the ground just in case anything comes up. And be sure to let us know if you happen to find any new info yourselves. We will. Thank you again for all your help. Arius went out on a little trip to the Empire last week. He's got some heavy work to deal with, but I think he'll be back soon. Oh yeah, something big go down? Nothing bad, man, just a little dispute between my army and all of the branches still operating over there. Arius was the only bracer available with enough authority to handle this issue. There's another bracer out in Libel, perfect for handling issues like this, but he recently quit to go back to his old job. Well, it sounds like you just got your own set of problems. You got that right, honey. You end up dealing with these kinds of problems more often as you move up the ranks. The real troublesome part is that we are in a rocky relation with the Imperial government. Gotta say, us bracers really do have it lucky here in Crossbell. We've been blessed with the support of the government and the citizenry. Yeah, and the one that quit was Cassius Bright, Estelle's father. Arius is in Erebonia, Scott and Menzel are in downtown, Lynn and Aeolia are St. Ursula, and Estelle and Joshua are in Amorica. Okay. I think that sister just went into Jingo's place. Now's our chance to hide. You know, Jingo hasn't shown up for any of her sister's lessons. It must be hard on the sister to deal with her. Those delinquent boys have been acting so peculiar lately. I have no idea what's gotten into them though. Those old ears can hardly pick up a thing. Those boys in the red tracksuit have been behaving strangely. What has them acting up? So the Vipers. The local hooligans seem to have been behaving themselves the past month or so. There's hardly any uproars, brawls, or petty squabbles breaking out on the streets these days. Some much needed quiet, if I might add. That being said, I've heard rumors that suggest they're up to something more sinister than simple street brawls. The lads and lasses better be careful walking through the downtown streets. I won't be able to talk to my neighbor Miko today cause he's heading to St. Ursula for a checkup. He's been studying his butt off, so I imagine this strain isn't doing wonders for his health. I just recently became closely acquainted with Miko. Pretty worried about him. What if he ruined his health? Hey, did you guys see Risha leave earlier? She gave me a nice pat on the head like she always does. She always makes me so happy. I haven't seen her today, sorry. They've halted construction for the duration of a diet session. We're waiting to see if their budget is approved before resuming progress. My husband's been spending so much time at the construction site that I hardly ever see him. It doesn't sound like they've gotten much work done at the construction site lately. If that's the case, why don't they just give him some time off? That is a good question. Door shut and voice can be heard. Overall stole my drink. It's gone, and I didn't even get to drink any of it yet. Hey, yeah. Ain't gonna let you off the hook so easily next time. Ignore that nosy sister and buy something, will you? Math's a total cakewalk for a smarty like myself. I'd like for Jingo to participate in Sunday school like all the other kids, but I'm always turned away. I can only pray that I'm able to make Ashley understand. Teaching the children of a downtown district is never as straightforward as you'd hope. Goddess almighty, lady, how many times do I have to say it before you get it through your head? Jingo, you can at least do simple math, can't you? Let's give it a test. One rifle from the Raincoat Company sells for 15,000 Mira. Last week we sold 40 rifles. Where's our total sales? 600,000 Mira. Perfect. See? She got it covered. It isn't perfect at all. How is this in any way appropriate? The sister from the cathedral has been constantly pestering us. Goddess, what an annoying woman. I had to just cut out her tongue already. We've got into a little spat with the Vipers in the middle of a street yesterday. Those guys never change. They don't have a single shred of integrity. Just makes me want to beat them even harder. Those Vipers. Does their audacity know no bounds? Something about the blue-haired ruffian feels off to me. If I remember correctly, he was that little trap used to guard the entrance. That blue-haired ruffian has been provoking us more. Not only that, but his whole demeanor has changed. I remember him being way more wimpy before. Business on Crossbell appears to be booming these days. Day after day, all I hear about is how yet another company is expanding. The downtown district is as desolate as ever, though. The downtown district refuses to change. That's precisely why I like it here. Wazi usually works 2 or 3 nights a week. Apparently he earns a sizable income from his nighttime job. Can't say I'm surprised though. Will you be placing an order? It's always so difficult to strike up a conversation with this guy. Well, if it isn't the SSS, are you working right now? Yeah, just taking care of a few things. Any changes in the downtown district? Oh, I suppose the testaments are the same as usual. But enough about that. I see a new face among your ranks. Is she from the CGF? Yeah, circumstances let us working together, so she's with us for the time being. But my name is Noel Seeker. Are you an acquaintance of the SSS? It's a pleasure to meet you. Wow. I could tell her to loosen up, but I bet it would be way more fun to mess with her. Don't you guys think so too? Excuse me? Honestly, Vazi. Come on, manners are wasted on a bad boy like myself. I'd rather hear a girl like her yell at me until she's red in my face. Don't get me wrong though, I'm no masochist. Now, you listen here. I gave you the most forthright greeting I could, so why are you returning the favor making fun of me? Furthermore, what's with your wardrobe? Dress more like someone your age. Yep, that's definitely more like it. Bringing someone as straight-laced as the Sergeant Major here might have been a mistake. I wouldn't say that. They seem to be getting along just fine. Hold on a second. I don't think a minor should be drinking, let alone in the middle of a day. Ma'am, this is juice. There is no way he isn't doing it intentionally. Yep, it's good as new. This place never fails to get the job done. Oh, hey Scott, do you come here regularly? Well, the store gives off the impression that it's an illegally run business. No need to be like that. You guys come here often too, right? A bracer has to take advantage of everything at their disposal, or we'd have trouble making it in Crossbell. I dropped off my rifle for repairs the other day, so I just came back to pick it up. Need some tuning up, considering the recent uptick of powerful monsters across Crossbell. Remember guys, you can never be too prepared. Might be a good idea to bring my Enigma here the next time it breaks too. I was running out of interesting ways to spruce up weapons, so figured I'd consult my old friend Roberts. Started by drafting up some nifty blueprints. There's still some room for improvements, but hey, something's still better than nothing. Give me a shout if you want to give it a whirl. I'm run out of money. I like all the different shapes of a pavement. They're relaxing to look at. I stare at them all day while I clean, and yet I never get bored of them. The cops are here at a time like this? Get the hell out of here! If you stick your nose in our business, I kill you. What is this delinquent so worked up about? Dino's been creeping me out these days. Since when did we start mouthing off? It's totally out of character for him. Dino's on the bottom rung of a Viper ladder. He's usually a total pansy. Hey, Dino's at it again. He's been pissing me off real bad lately. What's with you guys? Get lost or else I make you. Don't go pushing your luck, Dino. You're still a total newbie. What's got your panties in a bunch? All I said was that I was bored of being a guard dog. Let me in on your training sessions, Jet. I need to see some action. Is it just me or is this guy totally playing with fire? Take it up with Walt if you're that set on it. But don't think you can talk shit to me, you moron. Let me in your training sessions, Jet. I need to see some action. Why are you scared I'd take you down, you coward? What the hell's up with these bad vibes? Oh, I just got the thing. Singing! Whose turf do you think this is? Don't go thinking you can go just waltz in here. He seems angrier than usual. Yeah, I think I make a cut here, and next time we go look around outside the city and then continue with quests. Anyway, until next time then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.